Ojez TV proudly presents
A true Nigerian legend, a biographical story. Awolowo, the sage of Ikenne. In the town of Ikenne, nestled in the tea groves of western Nigeria, a child was born on March 6, 1909, destined to shape the future of a nation yet unborn. His name, Obafemi Jeremiah Ojez Awolowo, the son of a farmer and part-time trader. Awolowo's early years were marked by hardship. At the age of 10, he lost his father, but even as grief cast a shadow on his childhood, the spark of purpose had already been lit. Determined to succeed, young Obafemi juggled school and small trading, hawking firewood, plantain, and washing bottles to fund his education. By 1927, he completed secondary school at Wesley College, Ibadan. A voracious reader and sharp thinker, he was drawn to writing and public discourse. In Lagos, he worked as a journalist and clerk while dreaming of higher education. That dream took him to London in 1944, where he studied law at the University of London and was called to bar at Inner Temple in 1946. While in London, Awolowo also founded the Egba Omo Oduduwa, a cultural group to promote Yoruba unity and identity. But he wasn't just a cultural crusader. He had a vision of Nigeria, educated, egalitarian, and self-governed. Returning to Nigeria, Awolowo plunged into politics. In 1951, he founded the Action Group AG, a political party rooted in progressive ideas. He became the first premier of the Western region in 1954. And in just 5 years, Awolowo transformed the region. He introduced free primary education, a revolutionary policy at the time, and universal healthcare for children. He spearheaded massive infrastructure projects, roads, rural electrification, and first television station in Africa, the Western Nigeria Television, WNTV, launched in 1959. Under his leadership, Cocoa House in Ibadan was built, founded by the region's cocoa wealth, and the Western region flourished as one of the most progressive and economically stable in Africa.
But his national ambitions met fierce resistance. Awolowo's bid to become Nigeria's first prime minister failed as Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa formed the federal government in 1960. Tensions between the ruling parties led to political crises. In 1962, Awolowo was accused of treasonable felony. The trial was widely viewed as politically motivated. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. While in Calabar prison, he studied and wrote. He read philosophy, politics, and economics, preparing himself for a return he believed would come. That moment arrived in 1966, following Nigeria's first military coup and the collapse of the First Republic. As Nigeria spiraled into civil war, General Yakubu Gowon, the head of state, released Awolowo from prison and appointed him as Federal Commissioner for Finance and Vice Chairman of the Federal Executive Council. During the war, 1967 to 1970, Awolowo managed Nigeria's finances with brilliance and discipline. He ensured that the federal government remained solvent and played a critical role in maintaining economic stability despite the conflict. His economic policies prevented Nigeria from taking loans during the war and kept inflation in check, unlike many post-war African states that fell into debt traps. After the war, Awolowo returned to opposition politics. In 1979, he contested the presidential election under the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN, but lost to Shehu Shagari of the National Party of Nigeria, NPN, amid allegations of electoral fraud. He contested again in 1983 with the same result. Despite not becoming president, Awolowo was revered for his intellect, honesty, and foresight. His economic principles and political ideals became subjects of study. His speeches were deeply philosophical, often laced with references to Plato, Marx, and Mill. Though he never held national executive office, he remained the moral compass of Nigerian politics. Chief Obafemi Awolowo died on May 9, 1987, at the age of 78. He was buried in Ikenne, where his journey began. Today, his legacies are engraved in Nigerian history. Free education in the Western region, federalism and advocacy for minority rights, economic prudence and anti-corruption principles, visionary development plan.
He is often called Awu, or the sage of Ikenne. Famous quotes by Awolowo: "The children of the poor you fail to train will never let your children have peace." Nigeria is not a nation, it is a mere geographical expression. Violence never settles anything. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more inspiring African stories that speaks to the soul. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at Ojez99, on Instagram at Ojez99, on Facebook Ojez99, on TikTok at Ojez99.